Hello, welcome to Study English for Oral Communication. I'm Sajivani Vendakool. Active listening skills, topic 3. Learning outcomes. List down the benefits of active listening. Propose suggestions for improving listening skills. Identify your speaker's intent, implicit message. Describe emotive and persuasive language used by the speaker. Identify bias and stereotype in messages. So let's talk about the introduction. In our introduction, the topic aim is to equip you with the skills required on successful listening in academic and non-academic contexts. Need for active listening. Active listening refers to ways of listening attentively and response to another person, so as to improve your mutual understanding. So that's mean when you are listening to somebody, actually you have to listen very carefully. So you have to be very attentive. By listening only you would be able to respond to that particular person. So due to that, you have to be very attentive. And when you are going to when you want to give a good response. And instead of just receiving what is heard, active listeners need to pay attention to psychological elements coming across with the message. For instance, whether the speaker is angry, frustrated, happy or unsure or what is being addressed. So you have to know, like when the person is talking to you, like you have to see those psychological elements before you respond to that particular person. And when it comes to active listening, it has several benefits. Let me talk the first one. It enables people to listen attentively to others. The second one, you can take it as it prevents misunderstanding, as people have to confirm that they really understand what the speaker has said. And if you take the third one as it encourages the speaker to explain more, because he or she feels that you are really attuned to his or her concern and wants to listen. So due to that, it is up to you. When you listen, and also when you are presenting, like when you are talking. So both the things should be equal kind. And when we take, let me talk about the tips for active listening, right? Active listening enhances your oral communication skills. The first one you can say, focus on the message. You listen to the message very carefully. And the second one, anticipate what the speaker wants to say. Like, for instance, when you are listening to somebody, you have to be so conscious, you have to be so alert, you have to be anticipate for that, what the speaker is, or what the speaker wants to say to you. And also the third one, you can take it as identify the main and supporting point. What is the main point of this particular, and what is the supporting points that is given here. And also check for bias. And other thing is listen between the lines also. And also minimize distractions. When the distractions are also there, it troubles, it's not easy for you to understand what the speaker says to you. And if you take the first one, we say focus on the message. In the sense, think about what the speaker is saying and do not let your attention stray. And also the second one, you can say anticipate what the speaker wants to say, try to figure out where the speaker is going and what is the next point is. So that's mean this may be easy with some speakers who are well organized and who present their points clearly. If you take the number 3 as identify main support points, it's mean begin by breaking what is said into main points and supporting details. So most speakers repeat themselves as a listener. So it is your task to distinguish important details from the supporting ones. Check for bias in the sense that as yourself questioning about the speaker's source and their validity. So do you find the evidence convincing, complete or valid or logical? That is also you have to be very, for instance, when you are going to write an assignment, so if you are going to get something from that thing, so you have to see it is evidence, okay, validity, whether it is logical, kind of a thing. And listening between lines, in the sense it says the listening effectively. I mean, like one has to listen to two channels at the same time. The first channel is the content of the speech, the words the speaker is saying, and the topic itself. So you have to attend to that as well. And the second channel refers to all the nonverbal signals the speaker is ending while talking, such as tone of voice, gestures, and also the facial expressions. So you have to pay attention. And both verbal and non-verbal elements are very important to understand fully what the speaker is putting across. So listen for the feelings of the speaker as you listen to his words. I mean, it is called listening between the lines. When someone is presenting, someone is speaking, so you try to listen to his words. Then the feelings and all, then you can understand it well. And also minimize distractions. As I said it, in active listening, actually, it is very important not to get distracted easily. So this is a very important factor. So these distractions come to us from whenever we daydream. Sometimes, we people daydream, and also our surroundings, and also our environment, such as the noise where people are talking in, and also the temperature of the room. Also, it affects a lot, and also the speaker. I mean, like the way the speaker present himself, So we are sometimes distracted by speaker's accent, actually. Sometimes the style, sometimes the dressing also it will, and also the language. So implicit listening, comprehension of speaker's attention. So in active listening, it is sometimes necessary to predict where a speaker is going or will say next. So there are certain keywords that can help us identify this. For instance, in a lecture phrase such as, when it comes, if the lecturer is going to start, like the starting is, the lecturer would say, today I'm going to talk about. Okay, then they say, firstly. And they want to say about the point of view, they say, my point is that. So offer clues as to how the speaker is going to structure the talk. And listening for emotive or persuasive language. Actually, listening for emotive and persuasive use of language by speaker is an important skill. So when it comes to emotive language, reveals the speaker's attitude and feelings towards the subject, and they persuade the listener to feel the same rather than increase the listener's knowledge of the subject. So it is important to be able to detect the use of emotive and persuasive language in speeches, and it is daily conversation, so that we can be objective, precise, and fair in our judgment of the message we conveyed. And next one is listening for speaker bias and stereotyping in message. So as a critical listener, you need to be aware of the use of such language in order to be able to make an objective and fair judgment of the message you are hearing. The other thing is actually we listen for enjoyment, such as enjoyment in the sense like a pleasure. It's including we listen to songs, to the poems, and also aesthetic and enjoyable materials that we indulge in our daily life. So I hope you enjoy this lesson, and thank you so much.